We're good.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the Town Post Project Building Committee to order on July 16th at 6 o'clock. Can we stand for the pledge of allegiance, please?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
It's my council.
Yeah, yes, he is. All right, Jim, everybody's here. You're taking notes, right?
Yep. Yeah, I can take notes.
Okay, so everybody's here. We don't have to do roll call. Approval of the minutes. Last month's minutes, last week's minutes, yeah, I can't remember, you know. Can somebody make a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So moved, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're good. Public participation.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
it is over there.
And we have one on Zoom as well.
Oh,
Just trying to get the login ready. So, go ahead, Don.
Oh, me, sorry.
Yeah, you're up.
No, really tonight, I'm just, very simple. I'm happy to see that it's made, this sort of progress and we're getting close to a final vote on whether this is gonna go to referendum or not, and then it's up to the public. So, good luck. Thanks for your work and, see you in September.
Okay. Dana, did you want to raise your hand? Dana's hand is up. Okay, there we go. Unmute yourself. Nope.
Hi, Dana Havens, 113 Stoddard. I actually wasn't going to say anything, but I felt pressured now. Don, I'm going to miss joking around with you while we're sitting there. But
Yeah, yeah.
all right. I'll be counting how many times your phone dings.
that was it.
Okay, all right, that's nice. Okay. Old business, we want to do review of the budget proposal. Mike, did you want to talk about this?
Sure.
Go
Can you hear
ahead.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. What we did was we put together, the spreadsheet that's page 2 and 3 of the document, which breaks down the various components of the project. It comes to a total, so what we would expect you'd see on bid day is the, 9,365,000. That's the contractor's cost. And then there's another 1,200,000 in soft costs. So that brings us to the 10,579,890. And then to that, we added some owner's contingency for, things that might come up during the design phase that haven't been anticipated at this point. And that brings you up to the total project cost of 11,637,890. So, trying to stay within that 12 million that's been discussed. We think we have a viable project, under that cap. So I can go into as much detail as anybody might want, but that's the Reader's Digest version.
Jim Jackson,
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Do you have a document or handout that you're looking at
Yes,
It was
that you
sent.
can put
yes,
up
I
on the
think
screen?
it was in your email.
It's in your email.
Okay, can you put it on the screen or so
Public.
the public can see it?
Oh, oops.
Yes.
Yeah, one second.
Can you email
Yep.
to my person?
Can I ask a question while it's doing that?
Sure.
How about, the UV? Is that on- where is it under?
It's Mike, what's the UV is in the main structure?
Yeah, it's in the pool and equipment number. Part of the filtration package. We didn't break it out as a separate line item because it gets piped in with the filtration and chemical control system.
So that is, which C what number?
That would be for the pool, it would be in C2 and 3.
Okay,
And for the splash pad would be in C9. And then for Churchill, it's in C1.2.
Okay, so it's already, the UVs are already included.
Yep.
Um. I'm sorry.
Did I look at the right thing here? I don't see.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
this
let me, can I correct what I just said? There's no UV for the swimming pool, just for the 2 splash pads.
That's what I thought, okay. So
Sorry about
those
that.
already incorporated in those numbers. Okay,
So C9 and C1.2.
okay,
Actually, the minutes, I don't think that were we sent just the new one? I don't think we
no,
were.
the new one's
No,
here.
it's here,
The
so
new
I
one's
don't,
here.
that's not what, I don't have that.
Then, yeah, there's no way for me
Ms.
to put it on
Mullins,
the
can we
screen.
scan that in real quick?
I have it if you want me to share my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why don't you, that would be perfect.
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yes,
Yep, perfect, beautiful. And for Churchill, does the site amenities or whatever, is that include, is there dollars in there for the removal of the wading pool?
That's in, so the removal would be part of the excavation, concrete and systems installation,
Okay,
C1.4.
Next. There's no fence around the Churchill splash pad?
That's to be determined, based on how you want to deal with the water flow. There's no requirement to have it. You might want it for security. So that, those are the types of decisions that aren't made yet that would fall into that contingency, design contingency.
And would the amount be basically the same amount as the fencing around Mills splash pad?
Yeah, give or take. Yep. You're getting some economy of scale at Mill because the fencing company will be out there doing a lot more fencing. So it'll be on a linear foot basis, it'll be a little more expensive at Churchill, but same order of magnitude.
Did our grounds guy put it in after? No,
I mean, they could. The answer is yes.
what does fencing and water flow have to do with each other?
If you're recirculating the water and treating it as a swimming pool, then the health department right now, basically says that if you recirculate the water, you have to treat it as a swimming pool and all of the swimming pool regulations apply. A lot of the local health directors have a bit of a different interpretation on that. Where they say everything applies except you don't need fencing. So I don't know how Newington's health district's gonna fall on that issue. But I think, there's 2 parts of that. One is the health department and the other is your own security and whether you want it or not.
I think, Mike, we had a discussion that with the picnic, with 17,000 picnickers, it might be advantageous not to have a small fence around the splash pad at Churchill for programming use.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
another thing that's what this committee will do in the future.
Right. Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I know I've said this before and, there's a whole design phase and there's a whole bunch of decisions left to be made. So I don't want to sit here and try and slice the pie too fine here because, there's a whole lot of decisions that need to be made by this committee and by the community and the stakeholders about how things are gonna ultimately play out. What I can tell you is I think there's enough money in that $12 million nut to do whatever you need to do. But whether there's a 4-foot fence around the splash pad or not, that's a $15,000 number on a $12 million project. So those decisions aren't swaying the
And
overall budget.
Mike, could you explain just the idea of bid alternates and unit pricing during the bid process. So you and I will know we'll have a better handle.
Right, so, I mean, the easiest way to describe it is there's gonna be, once you decide the basic program requirements, you have your pool size, you have your splash pad size, the soft pave area, all of those must-haves go into a base bid. Then there's things like shade structures or certain amenities that you can make bid alternates so that you get a price for it on bid day. And then depending on how the bids shake out, you can select it or not select it as a way of making sure you stay on budget. And then there are unit prices for things like, for example, we do it all the time for things like shade structures, where you might put 2 in the base bid because you must have those, but you really want 5, so we do a unit price. And if you can afford it, you get 3 more. If you can't, you don't. So it's really it gives you some levers to pull on bid day to make sure that you're able to sign a contract for an amount that gives you the project you must have, maybe with or without some of the add-ons.
Park benches would be another example, right?
Yeah.
You get a
Park
$2,000
benches.
bench, and if you want 4 of them or you want 8 of them, depending, we wanted 8, but now we can only afford 4.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what we try and do normally is identify things that could be added over time. So, in next year's budget, you might have some money to add park benches or bike racks or trash cans or, so you don't necessarily have to have a 55-gallon drum. You can buy some nice trash cans and that sort of thing. Functionally, a 55-gallon drum does just fine. Aesthetically, you might want to do better.
No question. I know we discussed this and I apologize because I forgot the answer. But I thought we were gonna put a column in there to show the difference between the item cost and the total cost.
I think he's got it.
At the end, I tried to explain it a bit more.
It's basically the percentage.
I know, but I think
So,
there should be a column in. I really do.
well,
It's
the
to
third
explain-
the last column is the column that has all the multipliers.
I understand that, but you take the unit cost of 22,000, the total cost 34,203. There should be a column just there so it adds up, so it just doesn't look like we're trying to, just for transparency. I know there's a footnote, but if, it's not like there. So if somebody's looking at it on the screen, they're not looking at the footnote. They're gonna wonder why there's not a column there, like where that 34,203 is coming from. Because if you're watching it, like we're looking at it now, we're not looking, the public doesn't see what that last page is with the footnote.
Okay, I'm not sure what the column would,
You know what it would be? It'd be very, you
Multiply.
could just take the total cost and subtract all the other
Right.
costs.
See
And
the
then
difference.
the difference is you're gonna be your column, and
Right.
that column would be what you footnoted at the end of the page. So I mean, that's how you would have come up with those numbers
Yeah.
based on what you have at the bottom of.
So it would just be between unit cost, item cost and total cost, you would have another column there.
Right,
And it would be the difference between item cost and total cost.
right.
What's it gonna be called?
You could call it
Question.
Well, it'd be contractor
overhead,
and
profit and contingency.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, you know.
Or see footnote number 1, but at least it's there, it's showing that we're trying to be transparent with you how these numbers are derived. And how the totals.
Well,
Hi,
Is this the pool meeting?
yeah, come on in.
I mean, I understand, but I'm thinking of the general public looking at this right now.
so there'd be another column here that would be $12,000 roughly.
Correct.
Right, you
Yeah.
just take the difference between your totals of the others and just,
Your item cost and your total cost, and that would be the contractor's profits, contingency and whatever.
It's a lot of
I
work.
mean, we could do that easy enough.
You can do it. I mean, you can do it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else have questions? Go
And
ahead.
these may have been asked already.
That's okay. Go ahead.
So we're gonna go out to referendum for 12 mil around
11 million.
That's up to the council, then it's not up to us. This is our proposal to the council. It'll get sent to the council will review, and we're gonna hopefully be on the agenda for the 23rd. Hopefully Mike can come and give a presentation. Sorry to drop this one in your lap like that, but,
Yep, that's fine. Happy to do it.
That would be
okay.
at 7 o'clock, Mark, the town council meetings. If you could come in person, that'd be helpful.
Yep, so that's the 23rd at 7.
Yeah. So we would come and give a presentation to the council to explain where all these numbers come from. And then should the council approve it, they would have to set the schedule for how all of this would play out.
Okay, as I know from past council experience, right, there's a bond limit. How much the town can officially bond, I think it's in the charter.
way on.
Yeah.
Well, not if you include the projects that are already slated. Right, the police department,
So-
it's only $30 million. Bonded,
I think
it's, well, I have to go and look.
I know we're waiting.
Okay, I think with the projects that we have slated, you know, Anna Reynolds still has phase 2, right? That's not bonded yet. I believe Anna, I don't think it's gonna be bonded yet. Right, and Wallace hasn't even started. Wallace hasn't started. Right, I think we still have to do phase 2 of town hall because we're waiting for the state to finish the audit. There's something for town hall still. Right, so there's like 7 million left for town hall, 10 million for, right, and I don't know what the balance of that is. I think we still had a year on the police station. Nobody realizes how long 20 years are. Takes forever. Right.
Wow.
But by the time this starts, the police station.
That stuff will be.
Oh, I hope so. You know,
I would also argue that within this committee here, it's council's purview to figure out if we could actually bond out or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should spend
all right,
too much time on it.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
Understood.
And we have, and this, does this, after it goes to council and approve, then it goes to zoning, or is this already through zoning?
Hasn't been here. So.
Go simultaneously.
All right.
Okay, got anything else?
I'm still absorbed.
Okay. A lot of this was all your hard
It
work.
was your hard work.
You know, we just kind of stepped in where you guys left off.
I guess you did one.
It wasn't your back there, buddy, you're
I'm
back.
back, yeah. Full circle, baby.
Okay, so that would be what would happen next, is that we would send this to council, council would review, council would listen to Mike's proposals. Hopefully it would get approved, and then, we could move on from there. Okay, so tell me when you're ready to move on. You,
Oh, I'm fine.
okay. So anybody have any other questions on the budget proposal? Okay, so then we need someone to make a motion to move this over to the council and.
I make a motion that we move the proposal. As presented, with that column added, to the council. For them to proceed as they deem fit
What's the total amount?
of $12 million.
11,000.
Or you want to do it exactly that number? Okay, 11,600 and 11 million. Sorry.
11 grand, let's do
try
it.
that again. I move that we forward the estimate for $11,637,890 to the town council, with the additional column added as discussed at this meeting, for their further action.
I second.
On
July,
July 23rd.
we have to say the date on July 23rd.
Exactly. We want to do. Okay, we have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second. Can we have a vote, please? We need to roll call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim,
Yeah.
just-
Jim, can we do roll call?
Okay, I'm on point for roll call. Okay, by alphabetical order, huh?
Sure.
Why not?
Okay.
Always first.
Our middle
Um,
names. No.
I'd still be first.
All right, Carol,
Yes.
John Donahue,
Yes,
Eileen Francolino,
Yes,
Tim Mankey,
No.
then I guess it's me, Jim Parati, yes. And then AJ,
What about me?
Give it a try, give it a try.
oh, I forgot Sandy. Sorry, I forget Sandy Navis.
yes.
And then, yeah, AJ Tiniakas.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Good job. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, motion passes 6-1. Wonderful. Okay, so our next steps.
And Mike, would you mind stop sharing your screen?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. I think we're all set with you, Mike. You don't have to hang around. I know you got a whole lot of things to do and you had a busy day today. Thank you so much for coming and we'll see you on Tuesday, hopefully.
Can I ask one question before I go? This
Sure.
presentation to council on Tuesday,
Yes,
is it presenting just this budget or is it presenting the project? Like the
Um,
drawings and the renderings and all of that?
I think the project, I think you have most of it done at some point.
Yeah. Yep, it's
Yeah,
all done.
so I-
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that would be good. I don't
Okay.
think people are seeing that. I think there's been a lot of new people in town and, I think, well, 17 years later, maybe forgot a little bit. So,
Okay,
I
sure.
think-
And so it'll be a PowerPoint kind of presentation?
sure,
Okay, great.
all right,
I'll be ready.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
thanks, Mike.
Okay, so our next steps. I made this one pager sheet, this one here, that just answered some of the basic questions about what's up with Mill Pond Pool. I think that there are a lot of new families in town. There's a lot of people who have lost interest in this project over the years, a lot of people that just are misinformed, so I tried to make something that would fit on one page that would explain, what's going on in the most basic way I could, like easy enough for a sixth grader to read. So that can go on the QR code, I guess, on our poster, or maybe we could just hand it out. I don't know if we're gonna hand it out, it's gotta be prettier. I don't think anybody's gonna read much more. Yeah, go ahead, help yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I don't think anybody's gonna take a whole lot of time to read much more than that, especially at the extravaganza. It's an awful lot to read. But maybe at least if they have it on their phone, they can take it home and take a look at it. I don't know what you guys think. I
think you did.
it's a little boring, but whatever.
Well,
I
think you wrote it to a third to
Yeah.
sixth grade level.
Yeah.
To me, it's always, yeah.
It's really long in depth, people are gonna.
Right.
It blows up
they're
their
gonna page, they're gonna.
Yeah, even a page is a lot to ask of some people, but I just tried to keep it as basic as possible. I guess the $12 million figure is wrong, but I rounded up, whatever.
Well, that's easier
Yeah.
than to try and.
Yeah, so, that's where that stands. We're gonna have to need to talk this up. We're gonna have to try to, I would ask that you try to come to the council meeting on Tuesday. Speak if you can, bring a friend to speak. I don't care, just get people there so they will say, yes, we wanna have this pool. Hopefully at the extravaganza, if you meet people there, we can talk about this and, I think the key is that let the people decide. That's how democracy works, and if they want it, great, and if they don't, well, then I guess our job is done. So this can move forward. AJ had something he wanted to present as well.
But yeah, so I took all the information that was on the sheet here. And I just tried to make it a little more fun, I would guess.
Oh, cool. That's cute. That.
So I put this together on my lunch break today, so it's pretty much a little introduction. All of this is an extremely rough draft, and we can edit any of this to make it more accurate. Ignore these photos.
I like the photos.
But I can.
Wow, I mean, I didn't realize it was gonna look like that.
Yeah.
Now you really
Yeah.
know.
Let's go.
This is the rocks. But yeah, so I just put all the bullet points in this little fun little slide. I don't know if you want
That's cute.
to put the QR code to go to this. So that way people
Yeah.
go on their phone and they could just kind of read
Oh, I
this.
see. That's
I think
That's a
really-
great
It
idea.
is, that's a very good idea.
do that.
I could we could obviously add to it And then at the end here, I was gonna put a hyperlink to the budget sheet that Mike had, so that way people can just click on the hyperlink if they want to, and then just see the actual, the dollars spelled out, yeah.
You know, on the budget sheet, you should probably just take out all the stuff that you're not gonna do. Right, because I mean, people are gonna go right to the bottom of it and go, well, it's saying 12 and it says 16.
Oh, no, but.
Oh, no, this
The
one,
new
is-
sheet
yeah,
doesn't
this,
have that.
yeah.
That's all. Here's the new sheet.
I do, I know.
It should have been on.
No, I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
they're gonna see this, but are they gonna see?
No, the new sheet
No,
says
the new
11,
sheet only has the 11.
That's the final.
This
total.
one here. Actually, the new one has the 10 here and then there's
the
the
11,
Churchill.
the contingency.
No,
Oh, all right, yes, all right, I'm looking at the old one.
Okay.
You have the right
I
one?
got the,
Okay.
yeah, phase 2 is done.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
took that
Next,
out. of
that's
it.
all.
It just
cut out of
got
the
people
budget.
confused.
Can we, when you put the zero depth entry, that's
Yeah.
also for ADA, isn't it?
Yes,
I think that should be emphasized as well.
Yes.
Where's that?
under where the pool entrance is, yeah, when was that?
Sounds something.
I know, it's, cause I actually thought that when I
what
looked at
does
it.
the committee think we should build by? Or we should build.
Yeah, so we can add ADA here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then under the second slide too,
Here.
fourth bullet, why can't we just
There it
fix?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause I, it's true.
Mhm.
no, yeah, I have that right.
And you do think they'll, and the first group, they'll say we've spent tens of thousands, they'll know that means dollars, right? We don't have to get that clear. You
But
know,
I could clarify, it, you know, like all of this, I could edit this. at
I don't know,
any point.
sometimes people are, you know. weird.
The only really tricky part about this is, Bill had told me earlier that he needs the QR code to be working by tomorrow. So he could print out, signs or posters or whatever like that.
I don't need them working, I just need QR codes so that Jeff Campino can print it for us.
Yeah, the only way for me to link this to a QR code is for this to be a final product. Because like once you link anything to the QR code, it's specific to that thing.
Oh, so-
So,
Well, that would
Well,
mean,
if,
Yeah, but why can't you still print the QR code and not use it until this is linked to?
but you can't make it first. You can't make.
You
the
have to
QR
do this
first,
and then
and
do
then, you know,
that.
you have to
That's my
put something.
favorite.
Yeah.
All the little squares in the QR.
unless, can,
That's
wait
my
a second,
favorite.
can we have him print a sticker that we stick over or on the sign at a later date when you get to?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that would work fine too.
That would work
Yeah,
fine.
you could-
Yeah,
If anybody want to change it, we can just keep changing the sticker.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's true,
Put a
yeah.
new sticker on it.
yes.
So I won't put a QR code at all. And then, once you get it,
Put
we'll,
a sticker on.
we'll get somebody to, can you make those with a printer, like ourselves? Can we print it
Oh, yeah.
ourselves?
Yeah, sure. Any piece of paper.
Oh.
Yeah. if
So then we can laminate it and
Yep.
tape it on the sign.
You can actually get the paper that's a whole sticker. You
Yeah.
can have by 11 sticker.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so maybe that's the workaround.
So I could email this to everyone and then you guys could, put notes on it, let me know, and then I could just go off your notes and edit it. This took me maybe 45 minutes, so it's not.
It's adorable.
Yeah, really,
It's
is
I
very,
thought it
it's very
Yeah,
catchy.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah. And that's what you want. You want it to be fun.
And then, yeah, I'll find some, I was thinking I could put like photos of like maybe the pond and the project and stuff like that, these little windows here.
Well, do we have, I hate to say it, but
I
do we
like
have
the scuba
pictures?
diver bag.
There's pictures of
Do we have
splash
pictures
pads
of
from
our-
all over the other place.
No, but like that, the first one, why do we need to replace it? Do we have pictures of the pool where it's showing the concrete falling apart? Something like that be,
Yes, in the
Visually.
2000,
isn't there some report that has pictures of the pool?
The only report.
Yeah.
the 2017 one that's online, I think it's 2017. There's pictures of Mill in there looking pretty crap.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, why do we need, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that
Shows
those
it.
would be impactful to have, if we get pictures like that on.
Yeah, I don't know who has them, but if you send them to me, then I can add them, no problem.
Do, well, the report, they'll be in the report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Town manager probably has.
I was gonna say, we don't have a copy of the old truth.
I'm sure, there's pictures in it.
But you know what?
I think, you know, I think if I just stay more on the positive than the negative, if you say negative, you're just.
Yeah, no, I think people need to see how bad the pools are, but
Yeah,
Because people look at it and they
I
go, oh,
think
they're
we just had one negative.
Yeah, I
picture
think
showing.
that was something.
I could also make this hyperlink go to just like a blank page that has multiple links. And then that way it could link right to the owner's report, it could link to the cost analysis of it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So if we want to put a limitless number of links to different like reports or information that we have, we could just do that instead. If you want to do that. I don't know how, I don't know how like hyper specific you want it to be or not.
Well, I kind of agree with Carol that if you have just one picture.
Well, I'm
that
sure we
looks
could
like-
find
Need
something.
something,
Things look, you know,
because people are
clearly,
saying, I mean, you look at the pool and the pool looks,
they don't see the problems.
yeah, because, you know, there's.
The cracking and all that in the
Right.
springtime.
Yeah, because you're spending so much time trying to repair it so we can continue using it.
You know, someone look through what we have from the
Okay.
maps.
Okay,
Get those,
sounds good.
AJ.
yeah.
And do you guys have a picture of the mock-up sign that we're gonna print? Is everybody okay with the
Is that
wording?
this one?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So we'll take the QR code off of it and just,
Yeah.
okay.
They could put a little, just as, you know, when it says scan me, it could just be blank and then we could.
Yeah, we'll just.
Yeah. Slap the thing over.
Can I make a suggestion from a public standpoint? Is it allowed?
Yeah.
In a minute.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very short.
Go ahead, take your time.
Thank you.
So, and let me, I can't promise Jeff, imaging's, workload, right? I'm gonna ask him to do it as I always do immediately, but, you know, we got the extravaganza going on, he's printing everything in his brother for us, so, but our game plan will be to get it as fast as we can.
That's good. And is that gonna be in color or in,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
No.
Who do this?
Yeah.
Can the conceptual drawing of the new Mill Pond pool proposal is like, can we like use it some different font to make it like catchy? It's kind of like,
This will be in color, right?
Yeah, I think once it's in color,
I don't know.
it's just so long, there's so many words, you know. And,
That's what you guys said.
Oh, yeah.
Conceptual drawing.
Yeah,
of
no,
the
that's what we
proposed-
said,
How about of the proposed new Mill Pond pool?
of the proposed new pond pool.
Does that make more sense?
Well, and you wanna make sure we talk about the splash pad at Churchville.
How about,
Yeah, these
what do you,
both-
wait, we're calling it. We're
That
calling
I-
it an
well,
aqua
we
center,
don't know what
aquanic
this is.
center?
I know.
Why can't we say that?
We
Yes.
should be saying something about the splash pads.
Well, the aquanic center or aquanics,
Yeah, but some people,
Conceptual drawing of Newington Aquatics.
and it's more than mill if we're talking about the other splash
Yeah.
pad too, so we need to make sure that's clear.
Right, that's what the chart is
Yeah,
for
the
all.
chart-
all-
Yeah.
all-
That was my
maybe-
thought, but you
and-
guys were very specific at this meeting,
and
and I put it in quotes.
is the splash pad at Churchill gonna, it's not gonna be identically shaped and everything,
No.
it's gonna be
No,
different.
it'll be-
So maybe like
Maybe two pictures
two
of
pictures of splash pad, one mill, one Churchill, so people can see that we are doing two splash pads for this price. I'm sorry to add.
I don't, I won't be able to get it done in
Okay.
time.
Okay.
He's gotta redo it on his computer.
Oh,
He's
okay.
booked out tomorrow,
Okay.
so,
who made this?
Oh, yeah, who did this?
Nice.
Okay. I can do this.
all right, you got
Give me-
it.
No, I could,
Yeah.
but I need,
Because the sheet cover.
it's just, Aaron could do this for in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just would need the pictures, that's all.
It just doesn't pop.
These are all emailed, so it's pretty easy to
Yeah.
just.
Trying to make more work.
I have, you can have, I have it in my email at home too.
My email, Dana is
Wait a
asking.
minute, yes, because you sent it, Irene sent this.
Who is Aaron?
Aaron's my fiance.
Oh,
Yeah,
Aaron's a really awesome.
she makes book covers, so she's
She's
just
like
editing photos all day.
sure.
People look, you know, he got elected to council and she.
I track all kinds of covers. She'll do hardcovers and audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Eileen, you were the one that sent
She
that.
reads them all too. It's great.
What,
You sent the words,
what were,
the
bullets.
the bullets. I'm just looking in my
Oh,
email trying.
yeah. I don't know if it's on.
Wait a minute, it's, you sent it to my AOL, right? Yeah. All right, so how come I'm not finding, oh, because I probably dragged you over already. No, oh, because I'm still in the pool. No, I have it. I just was looking on one place. We should have. I have too much freaking span, you know.
All right,
Here
well-
it is, here it is.
We can worry about that. All right, while we're looking for that, the other thing that we need to know is that, well, we can probably cancel the next couple meetings, right? Because there's not anything we need to do. Right?
Yeah, I assumed you were gonna.
So I would say definitely next week, right?
So we should be there Tuesday night.
Yes, Tuesday night, we're gonna go to the council meeting.
It's not this week.
My town email, my personal.
You know, I'm not sure where I sent.
Yeah, it's okay, someplace.
Let me check.
To the cloud.
And then probably we can cancel the last week in July. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
I don't know that we're
I
gonna,
don't think you're gonna
I
have
don't think
anything.
we're gonna have anything until
I don't
really.
either.
Well, the council's also gonna cancel meetings in August.
yeah. The only thing that we need to really, think about is we need to find a way, if we're not gonna meet, we have to promote this thing somehow. We have to get the word out, we have to, you know, work on, informing the public about what's going on. I don't know if we need to have an informational meeting, or if we could have a booth at the concerts in the park. I know that there's a quiet period, but that doesn't start right away, but if we could like, you know, I don't know, I even think setting up a table in the park might not be a bad idea. There's a lot of people there. Or if we went out and just handed out games in the park, and go or whatever.
And that's
You know
why-
what? Yeah.
And do on the ground of the park.
So we're not having anything for the next few weeks, and then
Yes.
if you're talking early August,
Yeah.
maybe do one of those
Yeah.
meetings that we have.
So,
Are you gonna put signs? I know there's gonna be signs. of
There'll be
extravaganza,
signs. then,
Yeah.
But after the extravaganza, are they gonna be moved next to the building pool house?
I
The church
think
pool
we
house?
should
I think
have,
that's what I'm saying, we need to,
Yeah, just move them
Yeah.
over. I mean,
Yeah. yeah,
We'll see how. Yeah.
Could also go to businesses on Main Street there and give them the QR code, and ask them if it's okay
Yeah.
to.
oh, we
set
could
up.
put flyers and we,
Yeah.
yeah, we can, oh.
yes,
do a lot of-
I know there's a lot we could do, but we have to make a plan, that's the problem.
There's a waterfall festival too.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's at the
yeah,
end of
yeah, yeah,
September.
yeah, that's end of September, right?
Right, if it's not monsoony,
And
hurricane force winds or something.
We also have the Water Lantern Festival,
Oh, what day is that?
like the first Saturday in September, right
Yeah.
after Labor Day.
So we're canceling all the July ones.
Saturday after Labor.
The concerts end usually the end of July, but if there's a rain date, they go to the next Thursday and the next Thursday in August, so you have to be conscious of that if you want to do that.
Well, you know, we had one,
Don't you have it at the parking lot?
We do.
Yeah,
we could do it
We could
there.
just move it there.
By the by, that was a pretty cool band that was there this weekend, the little Irish band, they were kind of fun.
Yep.
Yep,
We do
Here-
have one scheduled August 1st. Do you want to keep that one and have that meeting be the one that you do?
what day of the week is that?
That's the Thursday.
Why don't you leave it on there for now? We can always
Yeah.
cancel it.
Yeah, August first.
And then,
I might be on vacation,
oh, well, we could go to the week after.
yeah, let me just see.
I'm out of state from the 8th until the 13th, or the 12th.
I'm out there too.
That's the of August.
Yeah, August.
So you could do
I can do the
either the 1st of August or the 5th of
Let's do
August.
the
Yeah, that'd be fine.
5th of
The
August.
5th,
Yep.
okay.
Was that a Monday?
Yeah, that was
That'd
the
be
Monday.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You'll be going for that one? Well, okay. Well,
If it's on Zoom, you could give us.
can you zoom? Zoom.
I
You
I
really wanna Zoom on vacation?
I should be able to zoom on the 12th. I think my flight gets back at like 3, so I should be able to zoom in on 12.
Okay.
Worst
Oh,
case.
yeah, oh, we gotta find somebody.
Well,
to
if you're
fill
not
in.
doing.
If you're not Zoom,
don't
assume that.
Okay, I'm not sure what the,
So when's the next meeting?
August 5th,
They'll call you.
August 5th.
You'll get a notice.
Okay.
Are we allowed to talk about PAC here or not? No, I didn't think so, right? Okay,
No.
all right, well, once the meeting's over, we'll talk about it. All right.
But technically you just did, so.
Well, sorry, I had to ask. I don't know. Shame on me. Oops.
Are the pool and the Churchill splash pad gonna be constructed at the same time?
No, I don't know if it's simultaneously, but yes, they're included in the bid book. Yeah. Will they be done at the same time? I don't know.
I don't know, that would be when
Kind of.
we
The contractor would
contract.
probably provide that in his bid process. Yep.
Yeah,
Cause you know that's gonna be a question.
yeah, if we can, I think it should be.
Well, we
You know, all-
It will probably be coordinated, but may not be exactly at the same time.
Get some economies of scale.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Once they mobilize and set the bond, they'll save money by doing both together.
Okay,
That concrete truck can run here and run there.
right.
Mm.
Okay, any other questions? No, all right, public participation,
Oh.
Jeremy.
But
Hi.
Eileen, I had
Oh,
some
sorry, I
questions.
didn't see your hand, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
There we go,
So-
there you are.
Sorry,
No,
go
go.
back. Just, we've mentioned the Owens report a couple times. Is that
Yeah.
something we should put in that document that you put together? Because that was a big study done by the town council to point towards things that need to get done, right? These pools were high on that, I believe, right?
Yes, yes. That's an important thing, and also the pools were high on the town survey that they
Right.
did last year, 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Maybe point
So-
that out in some of these documents.
Yep, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll put that in my,
Would be a Jamie request, I think. All the Owens report is about this big and it's in there in the town.
Yeah, it
hall.
is.
It
Oh,
is-
yeah,
it's
we-
all-
It's also digital.
We could
I-
summarize it or just kind of say it too. But
Yeah, I can get the section in regard to the pool
Yeah.
and separate that.
Yeah.
And then just create like that people
Yeah.
can go to for it.
okay. And the town survey as well is another important thing.
Yeah, I can make anything a link available. You just gotta tell me what you want, you know.
Yep.
Send it away.
Okay, what else, Jim, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, yeah, and we were talking a little bit about the pictures, and I don't want to be like the negative aspect of it, of what's there today, but maybe after the pools are closed and there's a little bit of time, can we maybe do like a walkthrough of like what the bathhouses look like and the issues, like actually see them and take pictures? I don't know, like, because I feel like we don't see it if you're not
Yeah.
there every day.
Are you talking just us or the public in general?
Well, I don't know how it works, if it's the committee and then we open it up to the public, or, I
The
mean,
committee have to be open to the public.
Okay,
It'd be a public meeting.
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, however you guys think would make sense, but I just, I would like to see some things, because I haven't been in the Churchill bathhouse that I know of, but like I've seen some of the other stuff.
yeah, you've been in the mill one,
You've
right?
been in Mill, right?
Yeah,
Outside.
Oh.
yeah,
No, not admitting to it.
Okay,
Weird night.
okay, we could definitely set up a time to tour the bathhouse,
way in the pool area, like,
yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you could see that the deck is had just been patched and, done over 1 million times. I'm not sure you would catch on to the state of the pool with water in it, right? I don't think so.
Most of the pipes are under the deck.
Yeah, so the things that are bad are underground, but, and you really, I don't think you see how the water pressure from the pool, from the pond affects the pool until it's empty and you see the pond water coming up in there, but.
right, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, we don't have to do it now, like, obviously it's being used, but,
Yeah.
a couple months from now, I don't know, a month.
Okay,
As we get
Yeah.
closer to the election, we might have
Okay.
access to. those
Yeah.
things.
Sure. October would be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, because
okay.
then it'll be
Yeah,
closed.
it'll be a little
Alright.
cooler then too.
we'll put that on the list. All right, that's a good idea. Got anything else?
Nope, sorry, I can't be there in person
Nope.
today.
That's okay,
Okay.
that's all right.
You're
All
here.
right, thank you. All right, anybody else? Nope. Public participation, you're up there, buddy.
How you doing?
Hi,
Matt Braddock, 69 Autobahn, just around the corner here.
yeah,
Real quick on this,
yeah,
I think that you guys would be better served to delete one of the overview pictures. You could totally move this up. delete one of the overview pictures and put in a map. Because I think people get the picture of what the pool is gonna look like, but where the pool is gonna be seems to be a larger point of contention. Same thing when you're talking about finding the negatives of what is in Mill Pond now. From everyone I've talked to on the street and bantering that I've read back and forth online, like, I don't think there's much of an argument that people think we need a new pool. It's just apparent. You don't have to be inside the pool house. You can tell what it looks like from the outside, you know, if things need to be updated in Mill Pond, that's without a doubt. I think it's the scale of the proposal, the location of the proposal that gives people the most hang up. So if you're looking, like, we know it's gonna take more money to build a pool where it is now, but do we really need to spend, what's on here, $82,000 for a rock wall? Like, could we delete some of the stuff out of that proposal and put it into putting the pool in a different location that kind of appeases more people? I think people are most concerned with the traffic on Garfield. It's fast, the police station, people trying to get off Cedar and cut through here. There is a lot of cars that move here all day long, a lot of speed that moves through all day long, especially with camp kids. I've heard some stuff about moving camp kids from Churchill to here with the new aquatic center. That's just more pedestrian traffic mixed in with more motor traffic. So I think people, just from a safety standpoint, are really concerned about the Garfield location. So things that we could do to get back to a different position and maybe even delete some stuff out of the spending of the proposal. I don't think you'd find much opposition to that as we go through, just from the people that I've talked to. Looking at the proposal, there's field sports reworks. I'd be interested in more information on that. I'm sure I probably missed it at the beginning of the meeting. And again, that's something that talking to people around town, there's no doubt about. There's a drainage problem all throughout Mill Pond. There's groundwater all throughout Mill Pond. People know that. It makes a mess. It's hard to do a lot of activities in the park. There's pooling water on the north or the east end of the park pretty much all year long. After a good rain, there's a lot of washout, pond, stuff like that. It's always happening. So people know that there needs to be turf work there. But if we go and put a new pool right here on Garfield, then, you know, are we just gonna move the extravaganza right over onto those brand new sports fields? This creates a ton of damage on the turf every year, ruts, cars getting stuck, people in and out, trash from the extravaganza. Like, there's just a lot of damage that comes from this. So are we gonna go ahead and do all that drainage, all that field work, just to then move all of this infrastructure over on top of those new sports fields? I think people want that. I think people want to have those sports fields. But what are we going to do moving forward to maintain them and keep it as good usable space? That's really important. One of the questions you have answered in here is, will the new pool take up green space in Mill Pond Park? That's a huge one, right? So what you say makes sense is that by moving over, it's basically the same footprint, right? If we free up 10,000 square feet there and we take up 10,000 square feet here, it nets out that there's still the same amount of greenery. But we know that closer to the pond, there's more groundwater. That's where all the geese are. That's where all the ducks are. You know, is it actually usable space that we're going to produce there? Right now, a good 30-40% of the park is goose territory. You know, it's disgusting. It's taken over by feces and animal trap. Like, you know, people don't want to use it. So are we just going to create a better haven for the geese and stuff that people don't actually want to go? Because we should be able to sit by the pond and have a picnic, right? We should be able to observe that space. That's what the pond is there for. Right, so are we just gonna make a more space for that wildlife to take over that nobody ends up wanting to use in the future anyway? Right, so I think that the pool itself and whether or not we need a pool isn't the biggest question that we should be asking. It's more of, what are we gonna do to the park as a whole, long-term, to make it the center where people really wanna be at? And, you know, keep all of the space useful. Personally, just with the location of my property, I'm concerned with lights. On the new facility, I'm concerned with sound, I'm concerned with privacy, with having more people that close to my house. Is there gonna be any type of shrubbery or wall or something that prevents people from looking into private property along Autobahn? Are the lights gonna be on all night long? I saw security lighting and security cameras on one budget write-up. I don't see security lighting or security cameras on this budget write-up. So, you know, where does that stuff into play? What are we gonna be doing about that privacy and security with the new facility that's moving in on Garfield?
Wow, you've been studying.
Yeah, there's so much I want to say right now.
I tried to come to a lot of meetings.
No,
I find
I
it difficult to find the meeting,
Yeah,
so.
these are-
Yes,
these
it
are-
is, and you know,
Yeah,
you can always go online, that if you can't get.
I've struggled to call. I've tried to call in a few times. I haven't been able to actually like figure it out. I tried raising my hand and everybody fell down raising my hand. I don't know how this stuff works anymore.
We've never seen your name, so that's kind of weird. Okay, thank you, and when
Yeah,
public
great.
participation is over, we'll answer some of your questions,
Great,
okay?
appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you. Dana, you got something to say?
Well, of course I do. Dana Havens, 113 Stoddard Avenue. I'm just, nobody brought up when they were talking to the architect, wish I was there to butt in. But Don basically promised everybody on Facebook that you're not going to charge for the splash pad at Mill. But the way the drawings are, the splash pad is totally enclosed with the pool and the soft play area for the preschoolers. So moving that out or changing the fencing, that's going to change the cost. And so that was never asked of the architect or addressed. So I'm concerned about that. And I'm also concerned over the fact that I was assured by several of you that you reviewed the original master plan that was online, dated from 2023, and you were all very familiar with it. And that's why you chose this plan. Yet you guys are asking for pictures of the deterioration. And if you had actually looked at that master plan, those pictures that you're asking for, they're in there. So
It's more getting them digital.
So get them. We know they're in there, Dana.
Okay, keep going. Sorry, don't mean to
no,
interrupt.
that's it. I'm done there. That
Okay,
other gentleman brought up a lot of points I was going to. I really like him and I'm gonna have to reach out to him. Thank you.
okay, and there's another person, I don't know who that other person is, that has their hand up. Rose, hi, Rose. Silly me. Hi, Rose, your turn.
Rose Lyons, 46 Alton Drive. I was beginning to think that I wasn't showing up on Zoom because you acknowledged Dana and asked her if she had anything to say and just left me like chopped liver sitting listening. It's very difficult, and this is what I was going to say in the beginning, it's very difficult to hear what's going on. I've tried both YouTube and on Zoom when you all talk over each other. It's not even that you don't identify yourselves, it's just that the chatter going on is like making my head spin. However, any of the questions I have, I'm saving for the town council meeting. I had hoped to see an actual presentation of a completed, like conceptual plan rather than just the budget. And I think that Dana may have told me you said that the budget, et cetera, whatever you were looking at tonight is going to be attached to the minutes. I'm hoping they're on the website, and I'm hoping they're there before Tuesday night's meeting, because it's very hard to look at something on a Tuesday afternoon or a Monday afternoon and try and digest everything and come up with questions that might be asked. And I have a fear, and I hope this isn't true, that they're going to waive the rules and just go full steam ahead, which is fine if you've got all your ducks in order and people are aware of what's going on, but you can't just do it one night and send it to old business or vote on it right then and there. My question mostly is on the bonding and how that is going to work. So with that being said, I'll wait until Tuesday night and hope to see what you have in hand tonight on the website soon. Thank you.
Hey, Rose, were you on Zoom?
Yes, I was, and I was also on YouTube. I was going back and forth, but YouTube is a little bit behind, so I didn't want to miss public participation.
You couldn't see Mike Fortuna's screen that had the budget on it?
I'm sorry, I'm on the phone. I'm not on a computer on Zoom. I misspoke there because I can just get on I just wanted to get on the phone so I could walk around the house where the house is cool. And so I couldn't see. I'm not looking at a computer screen.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Hi, how are you?
Good. Bill McCarthy, 206 Churchill Drive. I appreciate the fact that this is being presented to the town council. The proposal is being advanced to the town council. I think John Donahue brought up a good point about the bonding issue. That's like, you're talking about numbers that I don't understand at all. But that's not the purview of this committee here, that's town council and the bonding committee and all of those people. I wish that there was some way that we could utilize, or that we could utilize Facebook in a more positive way. The way that Facebook is being used right now is that there's I won't even say handful of people, because now it's like a chorus. People that are voicing their opinions about the whole project, and all of a sudden, you know, people are saying, oh, there's a pool thing going on, and it's like, this has been going on for years and years, and all of a sudden, people are just starting to get interest now, which is good. However, I think it would be in the future, if we could figure out a way that the towns could either put it on their website, or if there was some way to present information to the community in a more timely manner, that it would be very helpful. I was in a meeting, another meeting, and a woman said, well, I don't even have a computer. Well, that's, you know, what percentage of the population doesn't even have a computer, so we have to take that into consideration. Well, I didn't ask if she had an iPhone, but she probably didn't, believe it or not. Again, I think this is great that it's going through the town council. Sorry I missed the beginning of the meeting. I was over in another meeting to talk about building committees and stuff like that. I guess that's it. Thank you guys for doing a great job.
Thank you. Thanks. Don, you got anything to add?
Not really, but Don Woods, 82 Ivy Lane. This gentleman brought up a lot of great points. But I think most of them have been addressed or will be addressed, or none of them are insurmountable, other than the fact that it's your yard, it's your yard. That's not a good thing. But it's been talked extensively why the pool has been put to this location. And I think when it's all said and done, as most projects that always start out negative in this town wind up positive. There's several. So that's all. I mean, I'll let the committee answer the bulk of the questions, but your questions are good.
Okay. All right. A couple answers to public participation. First of all, I don't know if you've ever seen it flying around the pond. We have a new thing called a goosenator, which is, it looks like a very large, this
Oh, I've seen
big.
it. It don't work.
Well, you know, it hasn't been, it worked very well when it first started. The guys have been very busy because of the extravaganza, getting everything ready. So it hasn't been used in the past little bit. Plus it's, once they lay their eggs, they're a little more territory.
Yeah.
But for a while, there are no geese in this pond, in this park. And if you use it regularly, they go away. It's pretty cool. the way it
When
works.
was the goosenator? I don't know where that does.
What? When did it start, Bill? The goosenator?
It's about 8 months now.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
yeah.
since 2019, there's never not been geese to that.
We just started.
For a little bit, there's been,
We also use we have an agreement with the United States Department of Agriculture, and they provide some services also, so we're addressing it just recently.
we're trying really hard. Short of, you know, rounding them up and sending them a little farm up in Maine, we're in trouble. And as far as the field sports rework, yes, we're gonna work on the field after the pool goes in and make them nice. You are aware of the groundwater clearly, and that is an indication as to why the pool isn't gonna go over there or isn't gonna stay where it is, because the groundwater is so high. It's just, could you put a pool there? Yeah. Would it last as long? No. Would it be more expensive to put in? Yes. So based on what the architect's recommendations were, this was the place that was best to get the most bang for your buck. And as far as the extravaganza, I've been here the morning after the extravaganza, and I'm telling you, those men worked their butts off to get every ounce of trash off those fields. We had one year that it was particularly awful. It was a mud bath, and then I would agree with you, those fields were horrible.
I remember
It got really wrecked bad, but yeah, that was it. That was a one-off. This has been going on for 42 years. And we've never seen that. That was a one-off. That was bad. it was pretty gross. But other than that, yes, there's some ruts over here, but they come and they roll the field and they put it back to where it was pretty quickly. They work their butts off. I can't even like say a bad thing about them.
Security and environmental, or
privacy.
safety and security.
Yes,
Lighting.
there's a grant that was from the state for improvements to the Garfield Street. And which would include some sidewalks, which would include some lighting, which include crosswalks. That's done through the traffic authority. That's not done through the pool committee. We don't have any say over that. But there is money. It's not in our project. It's a grant that's from the other side of the world.
2017.
Yeah. So that should take care of some of that. I agree with you that there's a lot of traffic on there, but I do think that once people get the idea that, you know, there's gonna be slow down, slow down, slow down sign, they'll slow down and they'll know there's kids there and, you know, we should be okay.
There'll be the flashing yellow lights that are audible also.
The other thing about the splash pad being free, I learned today that when you go in the bathhouse, there's gonna be, if you take a right, you can go down, a corridor that will lead you to, a changing room, a bathroom and a shower, and then two of them, and then you can go into the, splash pad. It'll be a separate entrance to the splash pads. If you go the other way, there'll be, a family changing room, men's room and a ladies room. So that'll give us the separate entrance to the splash pad, which will allow them to go in without worrying about paying. It gives you your hot soapy shower and everything to be cool there.
And that will give us an opportunity, if we want to open in April, we can close the bathhouse and the pool, but keep that corridor open for people to use the changing room in the bathroom. So there'll be a toilet, a shower, and a bench to change and clean and enter.
And Rose, I will do a better job at making sure that everyone talks one at a time. I apologize that you could not hear us well. And as far as bonding questions, yes, those are questions that are gonna be for the council. We don't have anything to do with that. Once we send this over to the council, it's out of our hands and, we just have to wait for them to set the schedule and let the chips fall where they may. Anybody have any other things to comment on?
No, I think the security lighting was something else you brought up, but the lights are not going here.
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah, there will be no swimming lights, and there will be, security lights will be aimed this way
This
towards the pool, to the inside of the pool, not to the neighbors.
No permanent lighting going out into the park space.
There is some
There is
permanent
light.
light.
There
There's
currently
not.
is. No, there definitely currently is.
Yeah, but
It's-
not. from
It
the
is
pool.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
But
Right, yeah.
No additional.
Nothing different, only going the opposite direction.
Did I hit them all? Yes.
Any sort of like privacy wall or landscaping or something. Another thing people are concerned of, I haven't seen it, and now with the OFI building, I'm not too personally concerned about additional parking. But people come up with the idea there's gonna be extra parking put in the park, like, you know, just some promises that the parking isn't going to happen, some buffering, because if you turn the baseball diamond into parking lot now. That's gonna drive the bonkers,
Yeah,
right?
no,
No, I believe that.
Yeah,
You can't, by the deed, you can't do
Right.
that.
Yeah, that's open space. The extra parking that they're talking
But
about is
why-
maybe some parallel
OFI.
parking along Garfield Street
Yeah.
and parking down at OFI.
Another.
I had heard some that maybe they were gonna put a row in over by the library, but I don't know. There should be a row.
Right now.
And
Are they doing it
I
already?
looked the other day, I didn't see anything started, so I don't know.
We just,
Yeah, okay, good. And the other thing you have to remember is that, if you think about the parking over by the tennis courts, it's still, if you have to walk over to here to go to the pool, it's still a shorter walk than it is to go to Churchill right now. So it's not the end of the world. I think it will be okay. I don't know. That's where those stand. So parking again is not part of our purview, so that's a parking authority issue that we'll have to, somebody else has to do.
The zoning won't allow that part, just so you know.
I understand, it's just, People
We
talk
don't
about
allow the parking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm, it's not
The
zoned.
many layers.
There's many laws, like there's no D for that park, well,
it.
not.
It was just open space, right? The original deed for the park was
Yeah.
just,
Park.
Well,
open
park-
space.
Yeah.
And that's been used for a particular reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not parking.
We are breaking the law.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. Join and talk,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so we're good? Everybody's good?
Can I just add something?
Yes, go
I
ahead.
just want to thank the members, to move this forward to the council. I think it should be up to the voters of this town to determine if we want this project or not. I've spoken to many residents and they're like, it's about time that we're back, that we're piggybacking off of the former committee, that we didn't rehash everything. It takes longer to go through this because this has been rehashed for I don't even know how many years. So I'm just happy that it's moving forward and let the voters decide if they want this project or not. I think that's, we need to decide. They're the ones paying the taxes and they're the ones that are gonna be using it. And not just the 30 people on Facebook or us sitting around the table.
I agree, 100%. Okay, I think we're good. So we will see everybody on August,
So we gotta make that motion.
yes, we make that motion to adjourn. All righty, motion and second. Second, all in favor? All right, we're good. All right, thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
Okay.